relationship. They're close enough to walk right to the Capitol afterwards. We're told that Speaker Paul Ryan wants to show him around, not only show him his office, but to show him where he is going to be formally inaugurated. So that's all very, very helpful. Everyone getting along. The election is done. You know how tense it was earlier on. But remember, Donald Trump, as President of the United States, is also the president, the leader of his own party. And for the next 4 or 8 years, will continue in that role. And Speaker Paul Ryan, who was the highest ranking Republican, moves to really be essentially the second highest ranking Republican when it comes to influence on Capitol Hill. Charlie Gasparino then says that then it's all the people Donald Trump has around him as he goes about picking his cabinet. First of all, Charlie, on that, when does that process start? It depends, I guess, on the president-elect. And what do we know about who Mr. Trump is looking at?
Well, the process is starting now. As a matter of fact, I've seen a spreadsheet on the sort of various committees within the Trump transition team where they look at various issues, cabinet selections. Also, there's a box for building the wall. So there's going to be people like involved with the transition in terms of what they're going to do about building the wall. I said that specifically in one of these boxes that I saw on a sort of spreadsheet. Wow. But right now, one of the big things we're all like trying to chase down is like who he might put in his cabinet and, you know, what people are, who's calling who and what they're considering. And, you know, you and I've been talking on your show a lot the last couple of days on various names. 2 new names that we've been hearing are pretty much, you know, being seriously considered is for AG. Now, I hear we've been hearing Chris Christie, we've heard Rudy Giuliani at one point, Ken Feinberg, Trey Gowdy, the congressman from South Carolina, the chair of the House Benghazi Committee, I hear is being seriously considered for AG. And, you know, that would be interesting if he does become the AG, because then you got to ask yourself, he was a harsh critic of Hillary Clinton, I mean, he was grilling James Comey during one of those hearings on him not bringing charges against Hillary Clinton. You wonder if they're actually going to make a peace with Hillary Clinton, if maybe he might push for, you know, some sort of probe or something along those lines as AG. So that'll be very interesting. The other one that I hear that's being seriously considered is for U.S. ambassador to UN is Richard Grinnell, an FNC contributor. Full disclosure, Rick's a friend of mine. He's former spokesman for John Bolton when he was the U.S. ambassador to the UN. But I hear he's seriously considered too. So those are 2 names I hear are seriously considered. One name that I hear we should not be taken serious is something that CNBC floated just before us. They reported that Jamie Dimon, the J.P. Morgan chief, is somehow being considered for Treasury Secretary. I'm telling you, you know, listen, I might be wrong, but this should be put in, you know, the Biggie and Tupac sightings out there. I don't think this is going to happen. Jamie is a Democrat. He predicted Hillary Clinton to win. He's behind the scenes very critical of Donald Trump and the way he ran the campaign. You know, he's not crazy about President Obama. We know they have many blow-ups. But for him to leave, I'm being told by people in the bank, for him to be leave J.P. Morgan right now and go to work for Donald Trump would be, you know, along the lines of Biggie and Tupac being cited on the Cavuto show. But I could be wrong.
All right, cancel that Biggie guest. I knew that was a bad idea. All right, Charlie, thank you very, very much. Charlie Gasparino. We are getting word that, as I said here, that Paul Ryan has invited President-elect Trump to the Capitol to show him around. If you've never been to the Capitol, it's a great thing to see. If you can have the speaker showing you avoid lines, for one thing, and you also get to see where you are going